Avoid the unlucky people. Yeah. All right. But the real question is, or rather, I can easily tell you that, right? Like, avoid the unlucky people. But the real question is, should you avoid unlucky people, or should you stay away from the unlucky people? But now the other question is, who are these unlucky people in your life, right? Yeah. Have you ever asked yourself a question here? Have you ever noticed that these people where, or rather, when you want to do anything and they're around you, it's always not going to be successful? Or if it's going to be, or to have any success at all, it's average. I don't know if you guys have experienced that. So that makes me think that to some degree you should avoid people that you think are unlucky. Like this, there are these people, there's this group of people, or there's this one person that whenever you plan something with them, it's either it's not going to happen, or if it happens, it's gonna freaking fail, or if it succeeds, it's going to have some problems. For some reason, they're always unlucky, right? Yeah, so I mean, it's all nice and always, again, easy for us to say that until you are the unlucky person. Have you ever asked yourself, yeah? Now, let's say we avoid the unlucky people, or those people that we think are unlucky, when we are doing some things with them, or we're making plans with them, or when they are around us, right? But have you asked yourself, what if you are the unlucky person? Then what do you do? Do you avoid yourself as well? How then are you going to avoid yourself? That's another question, right? Yeah, so it's very difficult for you to answer that because, first of all, I don't think you really accept that you're unlucky and you're not supposed to be telling yourself that. But now, for you, there's something that you can fix when it's you, when you're the unlucky person and you think like you don't have luck whatsoever, right? The thing you have to do, I believe, it's you have to force luck sometimes. How do you do that then? Firstly, you must be planning thoroughly and making sure that you go through the plan no matter what you encounter. Doesn't have, I mean, it doesn't matter what constraints that you're going to get or obstacles that you're going to get along the way. Just force it. Yeah. Just force the luck. That is when you yourself are unlucky. But to these other groups of people, please avoid the unlucky. That's what I can say. Yeah. Make sure you avoid people that you think are always unlucky, and they, something like luck doesn't exist in their lives, because that is definitely going to affect you. And let me tell you a short story. Yeah, there was this guy. We were in uni together, the same class. Yeah, so he was my classmate in uni. I mean, I believed for some reason anything that we planned to do together was never successful. Or if it was going to, it must have some problems. Like this simple example, for instance, there was this day I wanted to take pictures. Yeah, I wanted to take photos in the rooftop of the apartment that I was living in. Yeah. And then now I told him when we were finished, or we were done with our class, like, why don't you accompany me to my place so that you can help me take these photos, because I just want to take them with my phone. Yeah. Do you know what happened? When we reached there, and we've gone to the rooftop and everything, we planned. I told him this is the location, or rather, this is where I want to take the photos and all that. Yeah. So I gave him my phone, and I'd already turned on the camera. I'm like, "Do you know how to take photos?" He's like, "What do you mean? I mean, yeah, I know how to take a photo. It's a phone, anyways. It doesn't like require a lot. I'm just taking the photo. I believe they're gonna be good." I'm like, "Yeah, well, okay. So let's go ahead and let's do this." Well, just minutes before he could press, or rather, he could take the photo, the phone fell down. And do you know what happened? The screen cracked, and that was going to cost a lot of money. Apart from that, the other thing, even when we planned to do the assignment together, it's very funny that always that assignment is not going, you're not going to get good marks or good grades, if you like. So there are these groups of people, and there are many things that happened. I decided to mention these smaller ones because we were planning a trip to go to, was it Karura Forest again? Yeah. And now immediately we involved the guy, everything went wrong. So for some reason, he was never lucky. Maybe that was when he was around us. Yeah. And this is the other question now. When we say that you avoid the unlucky, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad people. Yeah. They might be good people, but when they're in your company, you are never going to be lucky. That is you and them as well. So you see, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're horrible people or they're always never lucky, but for some reason when you're together, you are not going to do anything constructive. So these are the people that you should avoid. Yeah. So I think you should avoid the unlucky because you need luck sometimes in life, Yeah, there are things when you're trying to do, you need luck. And if some people are unlucky and they're going to bring their, what do we call it? If they are going to affect you with their being unlucky, then I think the good thing or the favor that you can do yourself is to stay away from those. And yeah. So, anyways, yeah, also tell me, what do you think? Do you think that people who are unlucky should be avoided by you? Should you avoid their company at all costs, or what do you think, guys? Just tell me. Comment right below if you can, and see you on the next one.